Well, good morning, my friends. Welcome to Live Inspired with John O'Leary on this gorgeous Wednesday morning. People are following. People are watching. Give them an example that is worthy. This is advice that was given to me years and years ago by a dear friend, a great mentor friend of mine. And I think it's advice that we need to be reminded of from time to time. So what does it mean for us, and how valid is that advice? Well, let me give you one short story. When I was a young father, I had a 2-year-old boy at home named Jack. This is before Jack's 3 siblings arrived in his and our life. I was on a conference call, but the kind of phone call where you don't have to do a whole lot of talking, so you can do a whole lot of other things. I was taking some notes, I was typing some emails, and I was also eating lunch. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm eating the sandwich, and the way I eat sandwiches, at least at home, is I balance the bread on my knuckles. Like that. So I'm eating this sandwich on this conference call, taking notes, and I look down at my 2-year-old son, Jack. He's at that little white table. He's at that little white chair. He's got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in front of him. He's looking up at his father. He's eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and how do you think he's eating it? Balancing it, of course, on his knuckles. This is how we all do it, of course, in the human sphere of influence. If you have a father with no fingers, maybe. What I learned that day, though, is that this little guy is watching his dad like a hawk. Give him an example. Give him a model to lead him forward. Give him an example that reminds him of the power of his life, of the ability that love has to transform lives, of the true ability that we have to influence those around us for good, whether it's eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on our knuckles or making a difference around us in our community. My friends, I was reminded of that story just this past week when I interviewed one of my boyhood heroes, a guy that I looked up to, a guy that I wanted to model and follow, a gentleman named Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith was the shortstop for the St. Louis Cardinals, a Hall of Famer, a great guy, and I got to interview him on the Live Inspired podcast. He talks about baseball, he talks about coaching, but mostly he talked about being an example. Be an example that others can look up to and follow forward. It's a phenomenal podcast. If you want to learn more about that, and I think you should, I think you'll love it, check out johnolearyinspires.com. That's our website, and there's a link there for the podcast. There's also a link there for blogs and videos and everything else that we have going on, including the book On Fire. Check it out, johnolearyinspires.com. So my friends, for this time, and until next time, keep eating those sandwiches and keep realizing that people are looking up at you. Give them an example to follow that is worthy. Until next time, this is John, and this is your day. Live inspired.